Well, good morning. Here we are in Ilkley, and today we're working on a roof clean. Now, being as I am fairly new to roof cleaning, this is really quite an ambitious job, quite technical with some really difficult access. The garden elevation will be the main event. This is going to be tricky, and I'm really concerned about these valleys that go up to the apex there. If I'm honest, I'm a bit worried that we might not be able to reach the top. So this is quite a large property, and the main thing is that the roof is absolutely covered in moss, completely infested as a matter of fact. Now, as we walk round to the side elevation, we've got another tricky area. To the rear we've got this really narrow passage, so we'll need to re-site the scaffold tower a couple of times. And then we've got the added complication of this lean-to conservatory, which is really going to hinder access. It's got a glass roof, and I'm really worried that if I drop some equipment we could end up with a big insurance claim. Actually, I've teamed up with another company to do this job. I've teamed up with Mike Kane from Kane's Exterior Cleaning. As a matter of fact, this is actually Mike's job. He approached me and said, Paul, there's this roof cleaning job, but it's a bit too big for me and I don't have all the equipment. Shall we do it together? So what we'll do, Mike, I'll work from the top of the tower, and I'm going to use a water-fed pole to do these long reaches. That's got like a rotary flat surface cleaner on it. There's going to be quite a lot of mess coming down, so if you can make an effort just to be constantly keeping the site tidy, then it's going to be nice and safe to work and we're not making a mess. Once we've got the roof completely clean, I'm then going to use a biocide treatment. That'll kill off any remaining organic growth up there, and actually it'll start a self-cleansing process where the roof will get cleaner and cleaner and cleaner as the months go by. We've got drainage issues. The surface drainage in all likelihood is going to end up in Hebersgill Beck and then get carried to the river. What we can't have is any chemical going into the waterway. Now normally I'd fit PVC temporary downpipes there to collect the runoff, but we've got these really high-end seamless gutters. Every bit of that is bolted together. It's not like these little plastic ones that you're going to unclip. These things are not going anywhere, and actually they've just been fitted, so they're probably under some kind of warranty. If we go unbolting things, you know, there might just be complications. So somehow we're going to have to collect the water here. I've got an idea, but I don't know whether it's going to work. Right, so what I've done, I've gone to the camping shop and I've bought some of these collapsible sort of water carriers. And what I'm thinking is if we can hook that under the bottom of the downpipe, collect the runoff in there, and we can suck it out of there with the gutter vac, get it into some drums, and then recycle it in the proper manner. That's going to work, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Got a vac will take the excess out.
Yeah, sorted. Right, we're about ready to get started. Let's just have a quick look at this roof. So the main problem here is that there's loads and loads of moss. And probably what's contributing to the moss is that there's actually quite a lot of woodland in this area. We've got Hebersgill wood just up the hill there. And even in the garden, we've got some very established trees. And all the time, spores will just be blowing off the trees and onto the roof. And that's why it's so infested. And this area down here, there's some really large growths of lichen and lots more moss growing around these valleys. I'm making pretty good progress. Got this part of the roof cleaned off so far, and as we look over to this side, you've got a bit of an interesting before and after line. Quite a difference, isn't there? If we look at the gutters, we can see that they're completely full up now with the macerated moss that's come down. So Mike's going to get that cleared out now using his gutter vac, and whilst he's doing that I can make a start on the garage roof here. It seems like there's some big clumps of dirt in there as well as the moss, and Mike's thinking it might be easier off his ladders. Is that little Skyvac cope alright with that then?
Could do with a bigger one, to be fair. The industrial one's better.
Right.
But you're looking at nearly £2.5 grand for the industrial one.
Really? Well,
Whereas that was 700 quid. So.
right, big difference, isn't it? But that gets the job done, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. It's done come well with the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
This is tobacco, it's sludge.
So, Mike, what made you want to become an exterior cleaning technician?
Now that is $1 million
What
question.
in life brought you to this?
Window cleaning. Got
Right.
fed up with doing it.
Right.
And I thought this would be easy.
Right.
How wrong was I? But I enjoy this more than window cleaning.
Yeah.
I've got a satisfaction from it.
Lot of satisfaction, less repetitive as well.
Yeah.
A lot more variety. Well, once you've seen one window, you've seen them all, haven't you? Could start a new show, couldn't we? Roofline interviews. And how long have you been doing the work now?
Window cleaning since I was 21.
Right.
Right, just stopped for a bit of lunch. We're switching around now. Mike's going to go up the scaffold tower and finish vacuuming out that gutter, and I'm going to work from the ground to clean the roof for the garage.
You are cleaning all this stuff.
Right, we've got this section of the roof really clean now. Next stage is to apply some biocide. We're using BioClear Pro from Pure Seal. So how does the biocide work? Well, even though we've cleaned it pretty thoroughly, it's inevitable that we'll have left traces of moss and other organic matter up there, other kinds of biofilm. What the biocide will do is absolutely kill that stone dead. It'll sterilise the roof, literally. Once it's been totally killed off properly, any moss or biofilm will just naturally biodegrade. To apply it, I'm going to be using a carbon fibre water-fed pole. This is exactly the same equipment that a window cleaner would use, but instead of using pure water, I'm going to be using the diluted biocide instead. So full PPE with this. Quite simply, I'm just going to brush the biocide onto the roof. So Mike's got the collapsible buckets underneath the downpipes. He's going to be emptying those as they fill with his gutter vacuum, and then we'll take that chemical runoff and put it into chemical drums for safe recycling later. Early start, day 2. It's windy. I've just checked the weather forecast and it's showing an average wind today of about 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 45. So Mike and I have just been talking over a risk assessment and trying to decide what to do. The wind is coming from the west, and round the back of the building on the east side it's really quite calm. So we're going to start by doing some work at low level and just keep an open mind and assess things as the day goes on.
Pretty good to me.
College is an office, that's going nowhere. Yep. Got it? Yep. Mike, right, if you do the bio on the roof, we didn't get that done last night with the daylight failing. And I'll get up on the scaffolding and do that lower lean-to bit of roof there with the surface cleaner. And fingers crossed that the weather stays right for us. Wow. Okay. think the wind's picking up a bit. We're in the eye of the storm here. It's completely calm, but everywhere else is chaos. I say we go for it whilst we've got these conditions, see if we can get the roof on this side done. Yeah? We can always pull back if it turns against us. Still very windy on the other side of the building, but here we're okay. But I'll tell you what I'm really worried about is getting my pole right over to the top of that valley, across the top of this lower roof. That's going to be a big stretch. That long reach over there looks easily 8 metres, maybe 9, maybe even 10, and I've got serious doubts about whether I can reach that far, whether the pole's going to be long enough, whether physically I'll be able to actually hold it up over there. You know, for this long reach, we may need more flow or more revs. Let's just see how it goes, yeah? To hover it up there. Got one more extension left. Right, can we do it? Can we get to the top? It's like trying to land a marling on one of those boats. Is that more flow? Can't lift it. Let's dial up the flow a little bit. We did it! It's very heavy up at the top there. Just going to try full flow. Right, full flow. See if that gets us up there. That's like a fire-breathing serpent now. Right, we've done it. That's the hardest bit. The crux, as they would say in rock climbing. Very physical, hard work. Got too much power now. It's hovering too much, so we're just going to dial it down a little bit. That's better. This gutter's not draining very well, so we're thinking maybe we've blocked the downpipe. Mike's just checking it now. Is it all right now?
Yeah, it's all fine now.
Sorted. And that'll be the eye of the storm. Right, there's another clean roof and looking good. I've got to say, we're so lucky this being a sheltered corner because it's really quite windy out there. I sense that the wind's picking up though, so I want to get the biocide on this really quickly and then we'll get down to ground level and see where we are. It's 3:30 and we've still got an awful lot to do. There's less than an hour's daylight left. A lot of cleaning up and I've got to finish getting this scaffold tower built up so that we're ready for an early start in the morning. Look at this yard, for example, below the roof that I've just been clearing. It's absolutely filthy. We've got moss and slurry and dirt everywhere. We couldn't really put the tarp down here because it was a funny shape. There's a lot to get cleaned up, and I'm worried that we won't get it all finished before dark. 4:30 is the last rays of daylight. We've just got finished cleaning up. Back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow. We've got so much to do if we want to get finished on time. Day 3, nice early start. Beautiful, clear, blue sky day. But we've got a lot to do. Right, I'm on my scaffolding, ready to start for the day, and what a beautiful day it is. The sun about to rise over Ilkley Moor there. Fantastic. And this is going to be the first challenge of the day. Another roof section, not too much moss on this side, but on the other side of the chimney stack there's quite a lot of moss. Going to take a bit of clearing up. Now, one problem that I'm not particularly happy about today is that because this passageway is so narrow, that's limited how far out I can place the outriggers. The outriggers being those struts at the bottom of the scaffolding which keep it stable. So it's kind of got a smaller footprint than I would prefer. Now, because of that, I've held off putting another level on the scaffolding, which means that my head is level with the gutter line here. Not ideal. It's going to be very physical for me and quite uncomfortable in my neck and shoulders getting the pole up to the top of the roof. That said, I much prefer that the scaffolding's fairly stable rather than kind of wobbling a bit. So let's get started. That's cleaned up pretty quickly, actually. Another disadvantage that I'm finding with working at this lower level is that you don't get a clear view of the tiles. You're kind of looking at them edge on. That means that I can't tell 100% that the tiles are completely clean. So I'm just putting my trust in the equipment, knowing that it does the job. I'll just get the gutters cleaned out now. Mike that's been doing most of the gutter work, a constant problem he's been having these brackets inside these aluminium seamless gutters. They're placed every few inches and they're raised up quite a lot. So he's constantly having to find his way around them with the vacuum pipe work, and that's making the job take longer. There we go, they're clean as can be and flowing really freely now. Right, let's have some chemical. That one's all looked up. Okay, Mike, power off, please. Right, we're on to the main event, the front of the building. Two critical factors here, one of which is the amount of daylight and whether we're actually going to get this finished today. I really hope we do. And again, we've got two of these really long stretches to get up to the apex of the roof, to the top of those valleys where the two roof sections meet. We managed it round the back. It's even further here though, and to complicate things further, we've got this step in front of the conservatory, which means we're having to stand the scaffold tower a full metre backwards. So that's really extending that reach. It's going to be a tough one, really, really difficult, very, very physical. We've done it.
Get me down quick.
Oh, I'm not in a rush to do another one of them. Bloody hell.
So this is the side of the roof that we first started on, and this small area at this side we weren't able to reach with the pole from the other side of the building. So I'm actually just going to get this finished off. Now Ilkley's in a fairly steep valley, so we actually lose the sunlight quite early. It's 2:15 now, which means we've got about 2 hours of daylight left. Okay, Mike's just doing these bay windows. There's one here and another around the back. I'm going to start taking the scaffolding down and then we'll get cleaned up. We did it! There's about 10 minutes of daylight left. It's all finished. That was a really massive job. And your second roof clean.
Second one with pressure washing, yeah.
Yeah. Really, it looks fantastic, and the homeowner's absolutely delighted. So, until next time, all the best to all of you.